to the double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom also to the one-third Israelites, which include Judah's children, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Indians, who are still oppressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33, but to whom Soleil pertained the adoption, the giving of the law, the promises, the glory, and the covenants. Still, according to the book of Romans, chapter 9, if you don't know. And this is naturalnews.com, and I don't know why this subscribe add-on always shows up, because I already block things like that. But anyway, more than 100 scientists accuse WHO of ignoring risks of forever chemicals on human health. Okay, and it was the brother Tazawa from the GMS Germany camp who talked about a movie where they talked about tap water, and the tap water is basically more toxic than the water that you can get out of bottles. Okay, here in Germany we have even the best tap water, if you will, compared to other countries. For example, compared to America, you would assume. But anyway, you have minimal, you have still ingredients that are in the tap water, which are, for example, micro plastic substances and things like that. Okay. And just the thought of drinking water that comes from other humans that are basically were sitting on the toilet, okay, is also very ugly, because you have to think about these humans today eat and drink things that you would never in your worst dreams eat and drink. Okay. Also because of sin causes and things like that. But of course, the sin causes are also causes that are about toxic, so to speak, a toxic just the toxic ingredients that are also come with that. But here talks about a group of more than 100 scientists has accused the World Health Organization, WHO, of turning a blind eye on the risks of forever chemicals on human health. The scientists put forward their accusation in a November 10th letter addressed to Bruce Gordon, who heads the WHO's Water, Sanitation, Hygiene and Health Unit. Okay, and in that movie they talked about, I don't know who this teenager were, but 4 teenagers started something and they were talking about tap water. And there was one guy who asked the other 3 if they still drink tap water, because that's the most common knowledge, so to speak. The tap water is not just toxic, but also poisoned, actually. Okay, and if you really think about it, if they can poison you, then it's first and foremost to tap water, because water is the most things what you consume is water, then comes food. Okay, and also it's easier to just poison tap water. Okay, but anyway, and it doesn't taste good at all anyway. that comes with that, and also yeah, you have different things that are in it. I don't have to list everything. Okay, you should know that yourself, but anyway, of turning a blind eye on the risk for other chemicals on human health, like I said, microplastic, for example, the scientists put forward the accusation. The 116 signatories, all experts on para and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS. Okay, and for example, we here in GMS Germany, at least I can speak for us, but the laws are different when it comes to different countries. But here we have a stamp on products if they are vegan or not, right? So what we do is our toothpaste, even my brush itself is actually vegan. Okay, it's made of bamboo. Okay, but different things that you use as a product or hygiene product should be vegan. Okay, for example, your toothpaste, okay, vegan. Your brush can be vegan also. Okay, they're not more expensive. Okay, toothbrushes that are vegan. Okay, you have also vegan showering or shower substance. Okay, however you call it, or gel, fluid or whatever, Okay, just take a shower with some vegan ingredient stuff, and also for your hair, shampoo, okay, that can be also vegan. So what I do, I have a 3-in-1, okay, so it's for hair, body, and everything, and it's basically vegan, okay. So everything what I use as hygiene products is of course vegan. There's even a vegan lip balm that I use. Lip fluid that I use, and it's also vegan, and the cream that I use is also vegan for my face and things like that. Okay, so basically you can use that stuff vegan, okay. You have different days where you feel more stressed than you should have to, or you feel your body feels more destroyed than it actually is, and that comes from all your different stuff there, okay, tap water and whatever. But anyway, experts on PFAS zeroed on the global health body's draft guidelines for drinking water quality. The draft proposed 100 parts per trillion ppt level for individuals PFAS such as perfluoroctonic acid. The acid is not good, okay. There's a list where you can go by, okay, how much is acidity your body in the opposite of there's an opposite to acidity on your body, okay, which is the normal or the regular base that your body should be, okay, for example. And if it's too acidic, or how you say it, it's not good for your you will feel it, at least. PFOA and perfluorooctane sulfonate, PFOs, alongside a 500 ppt total PFAS concentration. The proposed WHO guidelines are derived using a seemingly arbitrary technology-based approach and are far less protective than if a scientifically defensible health-based approach were used, said the scientists. They also remarked that the WHO assessment disregards the robust evidence of human health harm at environmentally relevant exposure levels, which is also supported by experimental literature. According to the experts, PFAS can use different kinds of harm to human health, including cancer, liver damage, increased cholesterol levels, and damage to the immune systems. And I really wonder why these scientists want to be clever and things like that when it comes to simple things, okay, like tap water or what they talk about here, okay, and things like that. But they can't get the fact that the Bible tells you clearly about toxic animals and things like that. Of course they know, but it just happened for them to be heathens, okay? There's no hope for heathens at all, okay? When it comes to this time, okay, it's basically a time where the heathen can basically do what they want. But then comes the bill for everybody. When I say heathens, I mean also the two dirt Israelites. So basically, okay, use the time that you have because the time is short, and the bill is already on the way. Just say it like that, okay? So if they would promote the Bible or the laws of the Bible, they would have done a better job than just pushing some tap water stuff, or whatever this stuff they talk about. And we will not read all of this bullshit. But Salaha for my French. But it would help at least more people than something like this, okay? Because really, if people read this, they will still drink tap water, okay? They're not really concerned about these smaller risks, okay? But if you tell them that, for example, swine's flesh and things like that have a more really high percentage more possibility to harm you, okay? Swine's flesh and all these other things what are forbidden according to the law, okay? There are people that eat, I don't know, shrimps, okay? Shrimps are also not allowed according to the Bible and things like that, okay? So if you tell people that, or if you go by what is allowed in the kingdom in the future world, okay, then you would have really more healthy people or more healthy heathen, okay? Because we, the hopeful elect, we already keep these laws, and obviously we living more healthy, okay? You don't even have to prove it. It's just common sense that, of course, we live more healthy, okay? It's just out of question, basically. So this would really help these people, but of course they're pushing their, ideas of how to, deal with the WHO and we are scientists and you are. When the scripture says every company here is corrupt, okay, they are corrupt, you see. They are corrupt. Of course, you would assume that some company like the WHO is at least so corrupt as America itself. This is 2 Peter, even if they say, of course, it's international and things like that. 2 Peter 2:19, while they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. You see, for of whom a man is overcome, of the same he is brought in bondage. That's beautiful, So the same corrupt scientists talking to a corrupt company about corrupt things and nonsense, okay? When they're all heathens, okay? Ready to be basically put in 1,000 years of slavery, man. Okay, talking about some nonsense, man. Okay, because think about it. As I said, it would help the people more to talk about the necessary things. Okay, what you eat, what you drink. Okay, tap water is actually something, okay, which is important. But as I said, most people will not stop drinking tap water just because they read an article about, these different kind of risks. Okay, they need something which, they need something who they can work on, so they can say, oh, I also could stop drinking tap water. But all of a sudden, for people that are loving the system, so to speak, okay, they will not stop drinking tap water all of a sudden, okay, just because some scientists show up, and that's nonsense, because you have different things where scientists come out and say this and that and that. Okay, but if the WHO, of course, would say, "Oh, stop drinking tap water," everybody would believe it. You see, so that's just corrupted people talking to corrupted people. Romans 8:21, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. Kind of like I said, okay, the glorious liberty of the children of God is basically that we are living already the future, and that we are the future, okay? And this comes also with, of course, a healthier life, and basically basically you don't have to deal with cave dwellers anymore, okay? Because the Edomites will be the least of the least in the kingdom, okay? Talking about the same ones who pushing on you in the system, okay, that you actually should eat swine's flesh, that you actually should eat shrimps, okay? Of course, there are more examples, but that's just a small dot of it. Actually, they do the exact opposite of Yahweh Shem Shai. They actually try with intent to figure out what the real opposite is, and that's why I already said that 1,000 years of slavery will for some people not be even enough. Okay, they really have to be in a in a more worse situation than just slavery, man. Okay, and that goes for the real hardliners of Edom. Okay, Jeremiah 8:8. How do ye say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Law certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. You have even people talking about the law and things like that, but then they say, oh, you don't have to keep it. Okay, Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Okay, just reading random some scriptures here, but it all is basically on point. John 16:33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And the world doesn't mean this whole planet as it is forever. It more talks about a current eon, which means world time, or a current rulership. And as I said, this world is at the moment, of course not all, but mostly ruled by cave dwellers. So don't wonder if you actually have to come out first of that cave dwelling mindset, or how you say. You first have to stop to being a cave dweller to come to this knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the hopeful elect, or of the people who actually live the future already. Okay, because in the future you will not have cave dwellers in a ruling position, but gods and heroes, if you will. Okay, or how can you say it? As a matter of fact, let's check the word hero real quick. Watching this anime now, right now, My Hero Academia. Okay, I come over this word a lot. Actually, it's your mind starts to think about the word if you talk about legend. Okay, because the word, if you go into the etymology of the word legend, means a believing or a man that was a believing man, a God-fearing man that had done a lot of things for the gospel. Yes, that's a legend. So if you would talk about a hero, you're also talking about a legend, of course. Okay, because here it says even, in mythology and legend, a man often of divine ancestry. You see, divine ancestry even who is endowed with great courage and strength. Beautiful, you see. So, like I said, okay, you will have a kingdom of of pure witches, golden streets, and clever people who have basically also medicine for everything, but not that medicine what you get today, what is basically in vain, what even worse is, makes your case even worse in many cases. Okay, but medicine that in an instant puts you in an instant puts you on 100% healthy. Just read about the fruit that has trees for the different sicknesses and things like that, or different nations or whatever. Okay, calm. And you have that versus a kingdom full of cave dwellers and I don't even talk about the hygiene of these people, especially the woman. Okay, and basically defiled. Okay, nature defiled, women defiled, human themselves basically defiled in their how they think and stuff like that. Okay, so basically you have that basically you have the opposite. Okay, so everything what you would perceive today as bad and good is in the future also bad and good, but just without the bad part in it. Okay, and a million times better. Okay, so with that, all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakdash. I think we went through enough verses to prove that this article is nonsense. The scientists, of course, they brought some truth to that and things like that. Okay, but really, it all doesn't matter. Okay, we're at a time 2022. Okay, year of the turn up. Okay, where all that nonsense, okay, doesn't matter anymore so much. Okay, just stop drinking tap water and, as I said, use these vegan products and things like that. Okay, and yeah, because people don't even. There are things, where we say, okay, if people don't get it yet, okay, but they too, I don't know, man, okay. The possible change might come too late for them, you see, and with that, sure.